I'm gonna be driving all the way to South Carolina for Southeast Game Exchange. I'm gonna be stopping by every major destination for game hunting. The whole entire trip is gonna be about 30 days. And there is one little catch. Whatever is the absolute best pickup I get on this entire trip, I will be giving that game away at the very end. In every single video of this series, there's gonna be a little clue, a little hint. So if you pay attention to every video, you're gonna be able to get that game for free. My name is Ryan Kane. We'll call this the Kane Come Up American Trip, the CCAT. All right, guys, it is day 14 for me. It is a Sunday, and I'm here in Memphis, so really nothing's gonna be open. I kind of just wanted to turn on the camera so I could show you that that's the most ridiculous Bass Pro Shops I've ever seen. The only thing open around here in the Memphis area is a bunch of game exchanges. It's not even a bunch, it's only like 4. I'm gonna just check them out today and chill. If there's anything interesting, I will cut to it right now. Yeah, I actually got pretty lucky today just going to some game stores. I ended up doing a lot of different trade-ins all throughout the day because I actually found out I am not trade banned in Tennessee or in Alabama. I was able to do some trade-ins today. So I have a bunch of trading credit that realistically cost me about 40% of what it's worth. So basically anything I bought here from GameStop was essentially 60% off. And then I ended up getting some good Skylanders games from the game exchanges. So the way it worked out after all the trade credit discounts, I basically paid $150 for everything here. These two were probably the luckiest, being complete in box Super Nintendo games at one of the GameStops, but also got lucky with some Pokemon stuff. So $150, but I'm sending these 4 here to Doublemint Games, and they are paying about 80 bucks for these. So really, once you subtract these out, I paid like $70 for everything else. So really can't complain, and definitely a lot better than I was expecting to get on a Sunday around here. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going crazy because I'm gonna be going to all of the pawn shops in the area, at least all the ones I can. I'm actually kind of excited because pretty sure this whole Memphis area has like the most dense amount of Cash Americas and Easy Pawns, which are typically the pawn shops I do the best at. But funny enough, the first pawn shop we're gonna be starting at is this local pawn shop here, Advantage Pawn. We'll see if they got anything decent. All right, that was pretty decent. As soon as I saw a giant wall of Xbox One, that kind of got me fearful, because usually that means it's gonna be a bunch of Destiny and just garbage. But they actually had some decent stuff. Ended up picking up Dead or Alive 6, and then the next 3 games are sealed. For some reason, they had 2 copies of Stern Pinball Arcade, which this is kind of an uncommon one, and to get them both sealed is kind of crazy. And then they had a sealed copy of Skyrim on Xbox One. So for 32 bucks, not bad at all. Well, I guess it was a little too gung-ho today, because pretty much the only pawn shop that's open before 10 a.m. was that one I just went to. And yeah, it's only 9 o'clock, so kind of just waiting here. But you know what? I did not show you guys what the giveaway game is currently. Currently, it is the Gunblade and LA Machine Guns dual pack on the Wii. This will be the game I'm giving away at the end of the series. I still haven't found a better deal than this. Honestly, it's gonna be kind of hard to find a better deal than this. But you never know. I'm going to a lot of pawn shops today, and today is the halfway point of the trip. So today's day 15. I got 15 days after this, and I still have to go to SEGE. So there could be an amazing deal I find at Southeast Game Exchange. You never know, but for now, this is the giveaway game. Well, rest in peace, Fallout 4. We'll keep moving on. Looks like we got the Pickin' Preacher's favorite show right here. Well, that was unexpected. Right off the rip, I paid $5.50 for everything. Doublemint Games is gonna pay me $5 for this. So basically, all these Blu-rays cost me 50 cents. For all of them, not each. Right off the rip, Angel Beats. This is like near a $100 Blu-ray set right here, so that's freaking insane. I guess that technically makes this the best deal I got for the trip so far, but it's not a game, so I don't think we're gonna do that for the giveaway. I don't think you guys want that as a giveaway. Anyways, got these 3, I might have to blur this for the video, but high school DxD like Blu-ray sets. They're each worth like 30 bucks each, even used. And then a couple of this freezing vibration Blu-ray set. Yeah, tons of great shows of culture, seems like, and those are each worth like 30 bucks too. So for what's 50 cents divided by 5, what, they had 10 cents each? Basically got these for 10 cents, no, less, because there's 6 of them. So I got them for like 8 cents each. Not gonna complain about that. Well, if we can't get any good games, maybe it's just a Blu-ray type of day. See if Cash America can keep the train going. And no crazy scandalous anime here, so we're out. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I ended up picking up all this for $8. Once I send these 2 off the Doublemint, I'll be getting 22 back on that. So really, I got paid $14 to have this Thor sealed Blu-ray and good old Knack, so not too bad. Alright, we are gonna try this place out right here. Unfortunately, the games they had there, even the ones I wanted, they were just in terrible condition, so I couldn't do anything there for that. But I guess it is a Blu-ray type of day, and of course, I find Walk Hard in Memphis. For $1, not bad at all. This place just looks classic, but it does not look like a place that would have games, but you know what, I've been surprised before. No physical media whatsoever. Okay, back to what is familiar. But before we get into that, I gotta mention today's video sponsor, Doublemint Games. Doublemint is looking to make selling games as easy as possible. They've recently just revamped their website, and they're offering super competitive prices on games from pretty much every single generation. Personally, I've done thousands of dollars worth of business with them, and they've always treated me very fairly. If you guys are looking to sell games you find in the wild, or if you're just looking to sell games from your collection that you don't want anymore, or heck, even sell your entire collection, I recommend hitting up Doublemint Games. Check out their website. There's a link down in the description. All right, back to the video. Man, I haven't had like a Grail sports game pickup in a while, but NCAA Basketball 10 for $2, not bad. And then Just Dance 4 for $2, not bad either. Doublemint, they pay, I think, $12 on this, so basically I got paid $8 to have NCAA Basketball 10, so not gonna complain about that. Okay, and right across the street, we'll see what the bitter rivals can do for me. No physical media here either. The Easy Pawns here have been dry. Easy Pawn has been disappointing me. We'll see what their bitter rivals can give today. I have not bought a single game from any of the Easy Pawns today. Can you guys please correct that mistake? Big fat goose egg. Yeah, I don't know what's up with all the Easy Pawns here. They're all actually kind of bad out here in the Memphis area compared to most of the other areas that Easy Pawns are in. Anyways, next up, we got a Cash America, so I'm excited. There was a lot of stuff there I wanted, but they just wanted too much. So, ended up just picking up 2 NBA 2K15s and Little Big Planet 3. The 3 of those for $10. Once I get these squared away with Doublemint Games, I'm getting $12 back, so I basically got paid $2 to have this, so not bad. You have no idea how tempted I am to just throw that in my car right now. It's a bit dirty, but if it works, man, this is like literally the perfect size Sony TV that I need. That's crazy that it's just out here getting ready to be thrown away. Well, whatever. All right, not too shabby. They ended up just doing $7 each. Skyrim, of course, and Hunter Call of the Wild. I haven't actually picked up Hunter Call of the Wild in a while, so both of those are $14, not bad. Okay, last pawn shop here in the Memphis area. Hopefully we can end it on an absolute banger, like a 2K17. Okay, decent enough. Detroit Become Human on PS4 for $8, not too bad. Now I'm heading out of the Memphis area towards Alabama, but there's a few spots I can hit up before I get there. Okay, on my way to Alabama, I'm stopping here in Tupelo, or Tupelo, however you're supposed to pronounce it, Mississippi. There's a game exchange here, there's a GameStop, and I think there was another game store. Gonna check them out and see if I can come away with any deals.
Well, a lot of my usual grails aren't here, but these two are not too bad.
You guys got some heat here at this game exchange. All right, that ended up working out. I had a couple games to trade in. It basically cost me like $5 to get $25 in trading credit. And with that, I was able to get 2 Rocksmiths on PS4, Marvel Pinball, which is kind of a sleeper on PS4, and a sealed Iron Man VR, which they priced as used. And then I found this in the glass, which has a fake seal on it. So it is just complete in box, which they only had Super Baseball 2020 at $25 CIV, which is a really good deal. So out of pocket, I basically got all this for like $60. So not bad at all. All right, next up we got what seems to be the only locally run game store here in town, Alpha Gaming. We'll see if there's anything decent. Well, or we'll get nothing. Yeah, nothing. Well, we will try out this other place. Dang, I don't know if that GameStop's gonna be there much longer. Their inventory there was like extraordinarily low, and they also had 0 retro in the entire store. And I asked them about that, and they basically told me like basically any game that needs a refurb fee, even if it's a little tiny scratch, any game that needs a refurb fee at all, they just aren't allowed to take at that store, which is kind of crazy. They must refuse a lot of trade-ins at that GameStop. But regardless, I got a lot of great pickups today, so I can't really complain. And yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for today. All right, guys, it is day 16 now. I'm kind of on a time crunch today. I'm gonna hit Birmingham really quick. If I find anything interesting, I'll go ahead and cut to it right now. So everything in this top row here is stuff I picked up from pawn shops. Pretty decent. I had to pay up at some of them. Honestly, the whole Birmingham area really didn't have very many places to go to. But basically, I paid $125 basically for everything here. But these 4 games are going to Doublemint. They're paying me $25 on these, so I basically paid $100 for everything here. And there's actually some decent Switch stuff here. This is sealed, and then Mario Kart 8 wasn't bad. Unravel 2, and then Octopath, and Little Nightmares 2. And then the loose disc here was House of the Dead 2 and 3. And then I actually got really lucky at a couple of GameStops. I just got out of this GameStop here in the outskirts of Atlanta. But between this and another GameStop, I was able to get Silent Hill 2, Spartan Total Warrior, Tokyo Extreme Racer 3, Guitar Hero 5, Lord of the Rings The Third Age, Onimusha 3, the Saints Row Double Pack, and the Pick and Preacher's favorite game right here.
You're lame.
All of this was bought with trade credit, so essentially out of pocket cash, I had to pay like maybe $150 for everything here. So really not a bad deal at all. And now, I'm now in the Atlanta area. It's day 17 of this hunt, and well, I'm not just in the Atlanta area, I'm more specifically in Doublemint territory. This is around the area they hunt, so I'm expecting it to be pretty dry, but you never know, man. There could be some deals here that they're slipping on. Maybe some 2Ks, maybe some Maddens, you never know. Regardless, I'm gonna see what is at this Cash America here. Tom, Chris, you guys are slipping. I ended up finding some absolute grails in there. 2 copies of Madden 25 on 360 and a absolute gem on the Wii, Disney Enchanted Princesses. The Enchanted Princesses. The Enchanted Princesses. Wow, I said that wrong. Anyways, the 3 of those for $3. And Doublemint is gonna be paying me, I think, 3, 6, like 14 for these. So, not bad at all.
These games look suspiciously cherry-picked. Was someone here before me?
All right, next up, we got a more local pawn shop.
Oh, well, it's backwards, but I'm going here.
All right, not too bad, not too bad. Doublemint must not visit this part of town very often. Michael Jackson on Wii and Just Dance 4, both of those for 10 bucks. I'm getting, I think, 25 back from Doublemint, so $15 back in my pocket. Not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna take a small break from the pawn shops and check out this GameStop right here.
Well, it looks like I might have accidentally just walked into a retro store, so that's convenient. Wow, well, those are some cool reproductions.
I'm shocked at how much more expensive some of the games at GameStop are now. They keep raising the prices like every month now. It's kind of crazy, but I ended up catching a Bleach on the PS3 for 20 bucks, which is still pretty decent. I still have a bunch of trade credits, so realistically, I got this game for like $8 out of pocket, which is not bad at all. And also, I forgot about what I saw in that store. So many Reproduction Game Boy games. Like, that is insane. Somebody must have had a freaking field day just trading in like 6 reproductions of every good Game Boy game they got. They must have gotten so much credit for just garbage. Ended up picking up 2K 15, 16, and 17, just missing one more year to make it the perfect quadrifecta. Anyways, yeah, these 3 are going to Double Mint. I'm putting $9 in my pocket with these 3, so not bad. E-Pawn. What does that E stand for? I'm thinking E for endless supply of 2K14. I ended up picking up Wipeout on PS4. It's actually pretty decent. So getting this for $11, not gonna complain. And now I'm gonna move on to our friends at Cash America.
I'm looking for one of the Sing stores, but not that one.
All right, next.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Well, they did have a lot of 2Ks there that I wanted, but unfortunately they were firm at $5 each. But hey, you know what? If they sell well here for $5, who am I to say anything? We'll keep moving on. Okay, Tom from Double Mint Games, he told me that this Cash America right here is a honeypot. And hey, you know what? Look right there. They got a fat Xbox 360 right there in the window. So they've been here for a minute. We'll see if he was telling the truth on that, or if he was telling me to come to this place because it's kind of far out of the way, just to intentionally sabotage my route. It's funny now that I'm in the Atlanta area, I'm pretty much only finding games to send to Double Mint. 3 2K17s and Disney Princess on the Wii. I paid $10. I think they're paying me $28 for these, so 18 bucks back in my pocket. Not too bad. Well, another Cash America and another fat Xbox 360, hopefully. Is this place open? This is the Cash America. This building's huge. I don't see anybody here. Okay, I guess it is open. Big fat nothing. Got one more Cash America to hit up, then we're gonna start heading up some PayMores.
Okay, what are the chances that this is actually gonna be inside of this? Okay. Well, that worked out.
Well, that worked out. They really didn't have anything great in there. I picked out FIFA 19 because for some reason it's going for like $20 on Amazon. Guy at the counter said he'd do $2, but he said he'd let his coworker do the transaction. Gave it to the coworker. Coworker was like, okay, that'll be $7. And I was like, oh, well, that guy said it'd be $2. And he's like, oh, okay, $2, that's fine too. And then as soon as I pulled out my credit card, he was like, oh, you're paying with credit? And I was like, yeah, is that okay? And he was like, you know what, you can just have it for free. Like, okay, well, that worked out. So free, not bad.
Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Well, we got 2Ks, that's for sure.
You know, Double Mint told me today that I wasn't gonna be able to find any 2Ks out here, but I don't know, man. They were doing $2 a game in there, so I ended up picking up Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 for myself. Then I got all these 2Ks, which I guess technically I paid $15 for everything, and Double Mint is gonna be paying me $33 for this stack here. So essentially I got paid $18 to have this game, so not bad. All right, next up we got one of my favorite new chains that's starting to open up all across the country, PayMore. A lot of these PayMores have really good budget walls, so I'm gonna see what these guys got here. All right, that ended up working out. PayMore really is beginning to be one of my favorite chains. I picked out everything here. Everything here costs 43 bucks, but everything in this stack here, Doublemint is paying me $54 on. So essentially, I got paid $11 to have these 4 games here. So not bad at all. Okay, off to the next PayMore, but I'm thinking we're probably gonna pay less. Well, that worked out again. Same sort of deal. Got 2 piles of their 6 for 20 deal. Everything here's going to Doublemint. I think they're paying 83 on, and everything was 43. So essentially, I got paid 40 bucks to have these 2 games here. So not bad. Okay, last stop of the day. It's gonna be at this final PayMore. You guys are lucky up here. You got 3 PayMores. I don't have a single one where I'm at. This is the last stop before I meet up with Doublemint. We'll see what they've been sleeping on. Gotta love PayMore. Ended up picking up everything here for $42. Once I send this stuff off to Doublemint, I'll get 30 back. So essentially, I paid $12 for this stack here, which definitely getting this cheap is pretty awesome. It's super clean too. Yeah, hunting around the Atlanta area, it was a pretty slow start, but honestly, the PayMores kind of came in clutch, so I appreciate that. Anyways, next time I see you guys, I'll be with a couple guys you might recognize.